And 1 point in the first half. Just what was happening out there that just prevented you from getting going?
Nothing. I got everywhere I wanted to get. Just couldn't finish. Yeah, I think that was the only thing. I got everything I was looking for in the first half. Yeah, just couldn't finish.
Coach was saying that he relies on you to set the tone from the start, and he didn't quite see that. Do you feel like you were off at all just in that department, or just kind of the way you started the game?
Nah. I feel like I played great defense. I just couldn't do nothing on offense. So, yeah.
How do you view the series where you're at right now? You lose the first game, but they're without Steph Curry. You know, we'll see how that goes moving forward.
What you mean? View the rest of the series, or
Like the spot you're in right now, you lose the first game, but you're going into game 2 with Steph Curry dealing with the hamstring issue.
I don't really know. I'm just ready to play. Yeah, I don't really look at who injured, who out there, who not out there. I'm ready to go out there and do it again. Try to play a little better.
And Julius, if I could, was there something about tonight's approach that you would like to address off the start when you look to game 2?
Approach.
Execution could work as well.
Yeah, I mean, I just think we didn't play well. I mean, to be honest, like we still were up 2 at the end of the first quarter, and just had a bad stretch in the second quarter. And I just think overall, we just offensively, we just didn't play well. We still held them to under 100 points. They shot 39% from the floor, and we still had some defensive miscues that we can clean up, obviously. But I mean, we just didn't play well. Like, they made 18 threes, we made 5. Like, we talk about, this is a team that we feel like we can win the glass. We didn't do that tonight. They had 51 rebounds. We had 41. You know what I mean? So it's like it's things that are in our control that we can do to play better, and we just have to do it.
So along those lines, Nas, what's kind of the balance between like having a lot of urgency after tonight, but not overreacting to one game as you guys approach game 2?
Just kind of remember who we are as a team. I mean, you kind of have these type of games and moments. We have these games and moments throughout the whole season. It's not like it's foreign to any team. Just kind of just got to stay even keel. It's a series for a reason. Like they said, man, we tricked this one off ourselves.
And as a team, the last 2 games have been really tough for you guys from 3-point range overall as a team. Do you sense that that's as much mental over these last 2 games as it is just missing shots, or how do you view just the struggles from 3-point range that you guys have had the last 2 games?
Just keep shooting. I mean, yeah, that's the name of the game. You can't worry about the last shot. Take the next one. Shoot it with confidence. And I think we've been doing that. Like Drew said, I think we just didn't play well today. And, people going to try to blame whatever, blame whoever. They can blame me. I just didn't play good enough.
And Mike had mentioned in the locker room that he thought maybe the team was a little too juiced up at the start of the game. Did you get that same impression, and how did that maybe affect the start?
I don't know, man. When you lose a game, it's always somebody got this, somebody got that. This is the reason you lost, and this is the reason. I don't really look at all that. I just look at every last one of us got to play better individually, including myself. And we'll see how it go. I mean, we can't blame. It's a team game, man. We just got to play better individually and see what it do for us.
And Julius, you mentioned that you just felt like you didn't play well. Does that make it a little easier to think, knowing that it was kind of just self-inflicted tonight and not something that the other team was doing to you guys in order to bounce back?
I mean, it's never easy, like, losing. You never want to, lose a game, or, obviously it'll happen, but it's frustrating. But I'm encouraged. Like I said, I think, there's a lot of things as a team that we can do better. Obviously, Coach said it himself. They're a championship team. They got championship DNA, you know what I mean? So they're not going to just, give up and quit. I don't care if they had a game 7 a couple days ago, if Steph gets hurt. Like, they are who they are for a reason. So, we can't hurt ourselves, and we feel like we did that tonight.
And, we're talking about they made 18 threes, you guys made 5, but they took 42 and you guys took 29. Did you feel like over the course of the game you guys went away from going to the 3 maybe as much as you normally do?
you probably got a little gunshot a little bit. You know, when you start missing a little bit, you know, you get a little tight. But yeah, I just be telling my teammates, hey, shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Because they pack the paint. That's what they do. Anytime you get downhill, Draymond leaves this man, and it's 2-3 people in the paint. So, I mean, we kick it out. We just got to shoot it. We got to shoot it with confidence. And I always feel like we just got to think we're going to make the next one. Like, if we worried about the previous shot, we never going to make the next one.
I was going to ask you about around the basket, too. It seemed like they were packed in there. I mean, I guess maybe for Julius, you too, what was that like once you guys were getting downhill around the basket? How did that read maybe compared to the last series?
For me, I would say, like a couple of them, I got to finish. A lot of those layups that I missed, I got to finish. But you know, it's yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, just finish the basketball. You know what I mean?
They be hacking, bro.
Just finish the basketball, man. It's as simple as that. And you know, we also talk about that collapse. You know, being able to kick out for open shots. I mean, it's one or the other. You know, finish the basketball or kick out and generate more open looks, good looks from three. Like you said, we shot 29, they shot 42. So
Now, as all four home teams lost game one in the second round, did you feel just any kind of a little bit flat or just a little edge missing after the layoff where, you know, they are coming right back after playing on Sunday?
A little bit, but I mean that's just kind of this situation we put ourselves in, and kind of, you know, pat ourselves on the back. But we also got to be ready, you know, to come out and, you know, perform at a high level because, you know, we put ourselves, like I said, we put ourselves in this situation. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's just the trend around the league. I don't know. I can't really speak for what they did, but, you know, I think we just came out flat, and that's not like us.
Julius, you mentioned the rebounding disparity. How frustrating was it, you know, with you guys having the size that you all have and them kind of employing the small ball lineup that you all weren't able to bring down more rebounds?
I mean, it's frustrating, but like I said, I think it's one of those things that are just in our control that we can do better. Like, and that's just one of them. You know, what I mean, that's to our advantage. So, you know, it's just a want thing. You know, we got to go get it, and you know, I myself, I got to be better. You know, I can't have 3 rebounds. Like I said, we said it from the beginning. We all got to play better, and you know, I got to play better as an individual, and I can't, you know, come away from this game playing 30 minutes and have 3 rebounds. So I got to play better.
And just got one more on the shooting for you. We just got the numbers that you guys going 12 for 76 over the last 2 games is the worst 3-point shooting in the history of the NBA playoffs. And for a team that was 4th in 3-point percentage and 5th, I think, three-pointers made.
He said 12 for 70. God damn.
Like, how do you even make sense of it?
You know, that's how it go. You know what I'm saying? You have stretches where you shoot the ball really, really well, and you have stretches where you shoot the ball really, really bad. You just hope the good outweigh the bad. And you know, I'm not gonna say it's going bad for us right now. We just didn't shoot it well tonight. I'm not really worried about the last series or whatever that was. That was a month ago, if you ask me. But yeah, tonight we didn't shoot the ball well, but tonight is over. So next game we'll shoot the ball really well.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
As the shots kept missing, did you see guys kind of mentally struggling with
Yeah,
that?
sure. I absolutely saw that, you know, and can't have that. You know, it starts with Anthony. You know, I thought he struggled early, and then you could just kind of see the light go out a little bit for a while, and then you know, obviously we had to try to get him going in the second half, but you know, I think you know, it was one of those games where he kind of came out with a predetermined mindset of what he was trying to do, and just rather than just playing the game that was in front of him. So.
What do you think defensively, especially over the middle couple of quarters? It just seemed like there were probably some.
Yeah, just you know, like certainly some breakdowns. I didn't like the way we started defensively with some of the things we were doing. We haven't discussed any of that all week, making stuff up out there. So I don't know. It didn't look like us at all. Didn't feel like us at all. And you know, all credit to them. They came in and took it to us. So.
How much changes for you guys if Curry has to miss multiple games in this series?
Pardon?
How much changes for you guys if Curry has to miss time in the series, like in terms of like how you attack them and I guess how you defensively game plan, all of that?
Yeah, well, obviously, allows us to move matchups around and different things like that. So we'll look at it. So.
When the 3-point shots haven't been falling for you guys, do you try to change what you're doing, or as long as you're generating good looks, that's what's important?
Yeah, I mean, listen, obviously, you go to the basket a little bit more. I didn't think we solely relied on the three. I thought we were generating threes by getting to the paint a little bit. We didn't finish well around the rim when we had opportunities to do so. That's certainly got to be an improvement for us. A lot of the shots are good. It's just maybe not the rhythm that we need to be playing in. Right now, we got to establish a better rhythm.
You mentioned it kind of starts with Ant. Is that something maybe
Pardon?
you mentioned kind of the energy, the spirit starts with Ant. Is that something that you and he talk about maybe ahead of game 2 now? Is
No, I mean, what is there to talk about? I mean, you're the leader of the team, and you got to come out and set the tone. In all ways that happens. And if your shot's not going, like you still have to carry the energy. So, I don't think there's, if I got to talk to guys about having the right energy coming into opening second round game, then, we're not on the same page. So.
When you say didn't make the extra pass, was that also mostly in transition, or was it in the half?
No, in half court too. I thought they did a good job of closing you out. I thought there was a lot of open guys next to the shooter that we could have made one more pass. Keep them on the run a little bit more. So.
And then the zone, they run it a lot. You expected.
I mean, they ran it for about 5 minutes, and we struggled against it, but they ran it for about 5 minutes in the second. So.
Chris, how do you impose your size advantage more in game 2?
Well, we've got to, obviously Rudy had a moment in the fourth quarter out there. We need more of that for sure. I thought Julius started well, and we've got to be better on the glass. We've got to be, win the battle in the paint, whether it's on both sides of the ball, So, but it was defensively, I thought, where we got a bit loose with those guys, and that's why we had to go to a different lineup. So.
The first round is obviously source material for the Warriors to prep for this one.
Pardon?
The first round is source material for
Yeah.
the Warriors to prep for this one. Did you see anything in terms of the way they played you defensively as a carryover, how the Lakers played you in Game 5 when you shot poorly from 3?
No, I mean, the Lakers put 2 on the ball pretty much all night long. These guys were more heavy switching, kind of swarming Ant and stuff like that. So. Any other questions? Thanks. Yep.